And welcome, everyone, to kind of a special edition of the Bart Curtis Show. And the reason it's kind of special is because we really don't have any of the kids around to do any of the interviews because Coach gave them Saturday morning off, and that's when we usually tape them. So
that was, let the record show, that was planned long before Friday night's outcome. So
right.
The kids were aware of it. It wasn't like,
hey, this is that
we're getting
some sort of gift,
soft and squishy,
right.
And hey, we're a reward type thing. So,
and the reality too is that because of the bye week, there's actually 2 weeks before the Tigers play, and they'll be playing Elkhart here at home, and we'll talk more about that. But let's get into this one, Coach. I tell you what, we were all very proud and emotionally moved by the way the kids stepped up and played that game up at Northridge.
Kids pulled together. Been a rough, it's been a rough month for Warsaw Tiger football. Let's not pretend that it hasn't been. I would say about from the second quarter of the Northwood game, which was Game 5, on through this past week, senior night week. It's just been a challenge between injuries and some off-field issues.
Right.
And, our kids have, sometimes there's, football's a numbers game, but sometimes when you circle the wagons and you only have X number of guys to live, fight, and die with, and that brings a special bond together. And I think we had that. We had some pretty darn good practices throughout the week. So all things considering, leading up to Friday, and we knew Northridge was a very explosive team, a very good team, and that it was going to take that type of an effort by our kids. And I'm really so proud of them. We asked some kids to do some things they haven't done. And I can talk more about that later. I told our JV kids played Saturday,
right?
And I said, well, if this doesn't work out, I could always tell the guys across where our JV played last night.
Right.
And many of them did and did a formidable job. And we ended up winning the JV game, and almost the same thing. A lot of new faces that don't get to play on Saturdays. Right. Stepped up and did a really admirable job Saturday morning, and our JV finished 8-1, Dave.
Right.
And I don't mean to jump all over the place. Let's get back to Friday night, but Friday night was very similar. I was joking with Mrs. Curtis, Sarah, my wife, first wife, and God willing last.
I'm sure.
That there were some kids running around out there that I had yet to meet.
Right.
And I don't mean that, but I mean that was the point I was taking, that it was some new faces. We had a kicker playing outside linebacker corner at times.
Right.
It was just, we had a free safety, Theo Catras, playing a lot of halfback.
Right.
We had a halfback playing corner, Ethan Egoff. And there were just so many different kids that stepped up and played outside themselves and for a greater cause than themselves, that it was a really emotional. I saw some tears in your eyes, and absolutely. I was happy Friday night. It was just a really special a tough week.
Yeah. Well, I think it speaks so well for the program, Coach, because first of all, it shows that the system works. We've talked about that before, but the kids are taught, regardless of whether they're freshmen, go down clear into our young Tigers, they're taught our offense, they're taught the things that the program does. So when they were called upon because of the suspensions and because of injuries and things like that, they knew what to do. It was just a matter of them actually pulling the trigger under fire.
Yeah, and they did that. And, one of the things that I've tried to make clear is how difficult it was for our coaching staff, because Sunday night the first thing we do is, okay, personnel-wise, who's available? Right. And build a game plan from the available personnel.
Right.
And the way that our defensive and offensive staffs and Coach Fraz with our kick game
absolutely
piece this thing together, oftentimes on the fly, oftentimes doing some things that we hadn't done before on Friday night, and some people doing some different things. the job that those men did, the assistant coaches here was just incredible.
Right, right. Well, I think, let's take the game apart a little bit here. First of all, start off. It didn't start off exactly the way we wanted.
No, never does.
Yeah, so they marched down and they score on us here.
Well, we had the ball first.
Well, yeah.
Picked up a first down and then fumbled the thing to
them. So
and then
bad things are happening.
Well, and then they drop a snap. The quarterback has to turn around and find the ball. We lose coverage. We got a corner, God love him, running in to rush the passer.
Right.
We've got a backside safety who's running up to rush the passer, and the kid gathers himself, sprints out of the pocket, and throws to a wide open receiver.
Right.
Same thing happened to them, by them to Mishawaka in game 3 or whatever it was, game 4, game 5. I'm not sure when it was, but the same exact thing happened.
Yeah.
So you got us. If you are a corner safety, you are a pass first cat.
Right.
Particularly corners.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a front 3 guy, obviously you're a run first guy. Outside Bs are run first, pass second. Inside Bs are run first, pass second.
Right.
But those back 4, that umbrella, and so we're up 7-0, or we're behind 7-0 right away.
Right. And right there, that speaks to the character of the team, because they can say, "Oh man, we're injured.
Here we go.
We don't have people. Here we go. We're going to go down the toilet," and that was certainly not the case.
No excuses, and we were able to put together a really nice, lengthy drive. I think we had the ball 32 minutes out of a potential 48-minute game, which is kind of where we want to be.
Right.
But we tied the thing up at 7, and then the head coach got involved.
Right.
And tried to keep it closer than it should have been. And actually, there were people probably thinking that I had money on the game for a certain point spread. I'm not sure how all that works. But I called for an surprise onside kick.
Right. It was a surprise, Coach.
Oh, it was a surprise. And, now, I give the kids DAPs.
Right.
Okay, didn't attack properly is an acronym. There are other acronyms kids use.
Right.
I gave myself a DAP for that.
Right.
I also gave myself a DAP for the switch pass on 1st and 25, which got picked. Okay, so I got involved as the head coach and gave our defense a short field to defend. They rise up, hold them to a field goal. Then I get involved again. And, I didn't actually instruct our quarterback to throw an interception.
Right.
But I did say, hey, here's the play we're running on 1st and 25 after an illegal block below the waist.
Right.
And boom, we give them a short field again. They've only got 20 yards to go to score. Once again, the defense rises up. Even after a phantom pass interference call, he did have him wrapped a little bit.
Right.
So his left arm was around the waist. We hold them to a field goal. So the damage could have been 21-7 when the head coach got involved. My assistants once again bailed me out and kept it to 13-7.
Right.
And then we punt the ball. We have another failed offensive series.
Right.
We punt the ball, and up to that point, it was our best offensive play.
Right.
That was our longest drive.
Right.
Was the punt that hit the Northridge kid that we recovered.
Right.
Scored right before halftime to go up 14-13 and a half.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, let's talk about individual.
Second half was awesome.
Right. Oh, yeah. We'll get there too, but because we got plenty of time here. But anyway, the performance-wise, I thought your sophomore quarterback. He stumbled a couple times, but what he did is he just picked himself up and said, "Man, we're marching on here," and just did a tremendous job. I thought.
We want our kids to be excited. We want them to not be in a hurry. Play with emotion, but don't be emotional.
Right.
And I think he fits that bill very, very well.
Absolutely.
And that's why he's in that position. Because it's never too high, it's never too low.
Right.
Andrew Sullivan's the epitome of, hey, I'll take care of the next play.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure what's going on inside. You ever see the analogy of the duck that looks calm as heck on water?
Yeah.
And he's paddling like hell underneath.
Absolutely.
That's kind of Drew Sullivan. He's just a calm cat. and highly competitive spirit inside. And he rushed for 193 yards.
Yeah, wow.
We don't count the kneel downs.
Right.
Roger, Scott Smith.
Right.
Those are kneel downs. That's like the 3-point shot at the end of the game when you're up 50.
Yeah.
It's is that 0 for 1 for threes?
Right.
No.
Right.
It's the kid threw the ball to the rim to end the game.
All right, let's we can talk about people, but let's move into the second half too here. So,
Okay.
Go ahead. I mean, we can talk about the
think
people on the way.
we received the second half kickoff.
Yeah,
No, we didn't.
No, we kicked it.
We kicked it,
Yeah.
held them,
Right.
got the ball back, put together an impressive
Nice
drive,
drive.
converted a couple fourth downs, went up 21-13, and to their respect and fight, they came back and cut the thing to 21-21. And then we were able to score again with a nice long drive.
Right.
Hayden Rodriguez caught a nice little pitch on a triple on a 4th and 4. Theo Catras and number 20, Ethan Egoff, blocked their tails off.
Yeah.
Herman obviously had a great night.
Game. 5 touchdowns.
Offensive line, I thought, imposed their
Oh,
will.
right, yes. Absolutely.
Almost to the point where some of their guys were getting a little upset about some things.
Right.
We want to not respond to when someone throws a punch in our groin. We got to make sure we don't respond.
Right, exactly.
And we got up 28-21.
Right.
Held them again. Got ahead 35-21. Held them again.
Right.
And took 3 knees that don't count toward rushing yards to end the game.
Right. Well, Coach, one thing here about that group of kids there, too, and I text Michael after this. I said later that evening, I said, years from now, those kids are going to be sitting around talking to their kids and saying, do you remember the night we went up to Northridge?
Don't ever quit.
Don't
ever quit fighting. Don't get downtrodden. Don't get disheartened.
Yeah.
Fight with who you have. And, the lesson in all this is, as long as we wake up in the morning, our eyes open, our feet hit the ground, and we have breath in us.
And because of a little technical difficulty there, we have a little glitch here, but nevertheless, Coach, it was a tremendous football game, tremendous effort by the kids and the coaching staff and everyone involved, and everyone's just thrilled about it. Now let's talk about what's coming up because we got a good Elkhart team to face.
We do. In 12 days, Elkhart High School will be coming to Fisher Field, and that's a 7:30 kickoff. And, we're excited to host them. And, they had a little transportation issue, so we moved the game to 7:30. We accommodated them, and we don't care if it's 7, 7:30, 8,
Right.
8:30.
Right.
Don't want to get too late.
I'll be asleep.
Well, yeah, we might have a better chance if I'm asleep. It's we've got 12 days. This week will look a little different with fall break.
Right. What's the itinerary kind of?
Well, Monday, Tuesday will be very similar. We'll go to school, practice after school. Wednesday morning will be an early morning walkthrough, and then we're off for 72 hours until Saturday morning when we practice and then get to eat our first of hopefully many Saturday morning mom's breakfast brunches, which are absolutely incredible.
They're sinful, Coach.
They are. They go all out and they do a great job. And it's a nice way for the kids after practice to come in and get a nice bite and not commiserate, but get to socialize and
to thank the moms.
Fellowship.
Absolutely. And I know the coaching staff just totally enjoys it because
we do. It's one of our favorite.
We excel
things.
at that.
Yes, we are state champ eaters, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
And speaking of that, how about those girl volleyball, women volleyball winning the sectional?
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Coach Hepler and the girls.
Yep. Knockout pin.
Absolutely. And then our boys cross-country team were regional champions.
Yes.
Girls have had an incredible year, and our marching band is doing really well. And they've got some tournaments coming up, I believe, as well. So all's good in Tigerland. We got to hold up our end of the deal now.
Yes, it's up to us. So, well, Coach, I have no doubt that you, the coaching staff, and everyone that's involved is going to be working hard over these next 12 days here to get ready to play the Elkhart Lions. And, we just wish you the best of luck here. And, are very proud of the Tigers and proud of what the kids have done here, and it's just great to be a Tiger. So best of luck to you, Coach, and let's go 1-0 in 12 days.
Absolutely. Thanks, David.
We'll be back with the rest of the Bart Curtis Show right after this.
Hello, this is Clay Johnson from N&J Auto Sales. For over 70 years, my family has been in the car business. We have sold thousands of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans over the years. We are known for quality, low-mileage vehicles and outstanding customer service. But here's something you might not know. We buy vehicles. Have a lease coming due? Stop by N&J. We can make you an offer on your existing lease and might even put some cash in your pocket. N&J Auto Sales, located at the corner of Detroit and Market Street in downtown Warsaw, where we sell and buy vehicles. Stop by and let's talk.